Blanky.
Blanky.
Blanky mode. I swear to God. He's yours. Take him.
He's not my child.
Okay. Put him somewhere.
Who's on the other side?
What? It's a cat, I think. You're like
That's the
violating
witch.
that thing. God.
What? Hey. I'm fisting it.
Stop it.
What? It likes to get fisted.
It doesn't like any of that.
It does. It was made for it, literally.
Holy shit.
What?
I cannot do this with you right now.
What?
Okay. Am I gonna get to do an intro? You're gonna keep being a freak.
I mean, it was literally made to get fisted.
Okay. Anyways, welcome back to Down the Rat Hole.
Hello.
I'm Reid. My fellow rat today is William. We have been gone for some time. Life has been crazy. As you can tell, our Halloween set is still up, and it's probably gonna stay there for a while. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, how are you today, William? What have you been up to?
Nothing. I
Nothing?
went out to eat. I had a good dinner. I am here. Work was fun.
God, you're boring as fuck. I'm
We,
sorry.
We had a spam email from a school district in Texas. Got sent to, what was it, like 17 different people, and every single one of them put in a ticket, and I responded to every single one. That was the highlight of my day.
Wow, that was really cool. The highlight of my day was waking up at like 2 p.m. because I've been sick for the last 2 weeks. I'm still dying. I got better, and then I went back to work for a day, and then got a different type of sick. So if you hear me just like like that into the mic, you know, it is what it is.
It's the Black Plague.
The fuck is my phone? It's like important. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's under the thing.
He ate it.
I've got a blanket because it's cold and someone apparently is overheated. Oh, I didn't mean to smother him.
He's overheated.
Remember, if you want to submit a story, go over to the Instagram, Down the Rat Hole Pod, all one word. Please. That's all I can say. But yeah, we're gonna do something different today. Not so many Reddit stories. There might be some if I'm like running too short. But today we're gonna be reading some stories not from Reddit, and I wanted to get this done because if you're in America and you know about TikTok, it's probably gonna be bye-bye in like a matter of weeks. So this is a trend on TikTok that
I would say rest in peace, TikTok.
Rest in peace. I love TikTok for what it is. I know that the algorithm is as good as it is, like really good, and it's like Pinterest. It does a really good job at serving you perfectly curated stuff.
That's because it's not made by Facebook or owned by Facebook.
Yeah, like can we just talk about that? Because first of all, our like data collection, like all of that is hosted by American companies.
Yeah.
And they are saying China is stealing our data. It's not even China. Isn't like the CEO like a different...
I don't know.
Like he's not Chinese.
It's a Chinese-based company.
I think it's a Chinese-based company, but he's not Chinese
but
either.
I mean, I doubt that's what it's about, though.
It's not, because if you were so worried about my data, ban Temu, Wish, Shein,
Facebook, Google,
literally
like get rid of Google,
Microsoft, anything.
Yeah, like have you used an electronic device? Your data's stolen.
Like, I do not know anyone that is very protective of their data anymore, besides like your social security number, like the stuff that like your identity could be stolen and like your life could be ruined. That's a bit different. But I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Anyways, today's episode is about this TikTok trend where people tell stories with a picture of Pepe the Muppet, right? Is that his name?
The Prawn
He's a
King or
he's
the
a
King Prawn,
prawn.
something like
Yeah, I didn't
that.
realize he was
Yeah.
a prawn. He does have multiple arms. And for copyright reasons, I cannot play the song, but what is playing is Like a Prayer, specifically the choir version from Deadpool and Wolverine. So just think that while I am reading these to you,
Okay.
and I'll make sure to post everyone's like usernames on the screen so that if you want to go find them and look at their accounts, you can do that. So if you know anything about this trend, you know probably the olive oil one because it's one of the first ones.
No idea.
Okay. That one night when I was in high school and I decided to try an olive oil mask for my hair since someone laughed at me and said my hair looked like hay. After I soaked my hair in oil, I saran wrapped my head. I went down to the garage to get a drink out of our garage fridge. That is like the most Midwest thing I've ever fucking
Garage
heard.
fridge.
Garage fridge.
Why don't you have the fridge in your kitchen?
Well, it's like there's like a garage and a basement fridge, you know? Like most people will have like a garage fridge too.
Okay.
It's just I don't know.
Sure.
Anyways, I put way too much olive oil. It dripped everywhere. The path became an oil slick. Suddenly, one of our cats jumped out, frightened me, and I went flying on the oil. I slammed into the door and then passed out. I woke up in complete darkness. The lights were on a timer. I panicked. I did not know where I was. My phone was dead. I tried to stand. My legs were completely asleep and covered in oil.
Oh,
I tried to run to the door. I slammed into many things, knocking them over, making tons of noise, screaming. I finally got to the house door. I opened it and set off the house alarm. My family had gone to bed and had already set it. I like that they just like did like I don't know
I
how
had no
old she
idea.
is.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's like a teenager, so they may have been like she's doing whatever.
Yeah. Probably a high schooler.
Yeah. So they just set the alarm. We're like, oh, we're going to bed. Bye. I tried to type in the right code. I didn't because I was so confused. I make my way as fast as I can to my room. As soon as I get upstairs, the full burglar alarm starts
Oh
blasting.
no.
I'd never heard it before. My dad jumps out in front of me, only in his underwear, wielding a titanium baseball bat. We both scream. He's pissed, and then he turns off the alarm. I go. This is where it just gets funnier. Like it just keeps fucking going. I go to my room and lay down a towel, lay down my saran wrapped head for slumber. She's still like,
No.
okay, if you like knock yourself out, I feel like you should be concerned if you have like injuries.
Yeah, especially if her legs were asleep. She was there for
Yeah,
a
she was like
while.
probably scrunched up, like no blood flow.
Lord.
But she's still committed to this like hair mask that she's doing with just fucking oil. Like I feel like you get hair oil, it's not
It's not olive
cooking
oil.
oil.
Yeah.
It's not cooking oil. Okay. I go to my room and lay down a towel, lay down my saran wrapped head for slumber. 15 minutes later, I hear noises coming from the door below my bedroom. I look out the window. 3 men, all black with flashlights, trying to pick the lock.
Oh my God.
I have to wake up Dad again. We're being robbed. Turns out it was the police checking out the alarm trigger. They were already in the neighborhood due to the water line break. My dad is pissed. By this time, I have to be up in an hour. I don't sleep. I listen to the winter storm outside. My head soaks in the oil. When it's time to wake up, I run to the bathroom and rinse the oil out of my hair. Because of the water line break, there is no water. I go to school with a saran wrapped head. You
I
know
would
that
stay
she
home.
probably begged her parents, and her dad is for like, no, you're fucking facing the consequences.
Yeah.
You are going to
Did
school.
did she? Why didn't she go to the like urgent care ER?
I don't know.
Like,
Like no one was worried about her.
she probably didn't tell anyone that she was knocked out.
I mean, he was probably just like half
God.
asleep. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you? Her roommate is just getting home, so I'm trying to like wait and see if the dogs are gonna like. Rah. Oh god. My Dr. Pepper.
Beppis.
This isn't Beppis.
Dr. Beppis.
Why do we always assume Dr. Pepper's a man? Dr. Pepper's probably a woman.
No.
There are more women doctors, I think.
Nowadays, I feel like, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. When I was 18, I decided to get a helix piercing. Do you know what that is? It's
Nope.
just like it's the cartilage,
Oh,
basically, like
okay.
the
Yeah,
one that you
that
think
sounds
of when
painful.
people. I had one. I don't know if the piercer fucked it up, but I was also like a teenager and really did not take care of it, and it like got stuck in my ear and I had to have it like out. And now
Oh,
I'm a little bit
no.
traumatized to ever get one again. Thankfully, my ear like looks normal because a lot of the times when that happens, like your ear will be deformed like forever because cartilage does not heal like very well, just in general.
Yeah.
Um, Traumatizing. Anyways, when I was 18, I decided to get a helix piercing without telling my parents. I hid it successfully for 3 days. On the third day, I was eating dinner with my family and turned to look at the TV. And all of a sudden, I heard, "Is that a piercing?" from my dad. Before I could react, he stood up and smashed a plate on the ground while
Oh, what?
yelling at me that he was going to rip it out of my ear. My mom silently got up and walked into the kitchen.
What the fuck?
I braced myself in preparation of getting hit. All of a sudden, there was liquid on my face. I opened my eyes. My mom had stabbed my dad in the shoulder.
What?
In a true I don't know what to do fashion, I made a TikTok about the situation, and then it went viral. An hour later, my dad called my mom from the ER and said he was going to make up a story about how they were joking around and were doing the dishes and it was an accident. In a true deadpan voice, my mom said, "No, tell them the truth. I can handle jail."
What the fuck?
Long story short, I am fine. My dad is okay too, and a big chunk of TikTok still thinks my mom is a badass for defending me like that and truly stood on business.
I mean, I don't know anything, but I feel like the dad deserved
Oh
it.
no, he deserved
You're
it.
smashing a plate on the ground,
Well,
like,
she said she prepared to get hit.
yeah.
The mom was just like, "I'm tired of your shit.
Oh
I'm
my
tired of
god.
it."
Did she go to jail? I bet she didn't go to
No,
jail.
probably not. He probably lied
No.
about it. I have an a family member. Do you know?
Yes, I know what you're gonna say.
Um I haven't spoken to them in a long time. If they see this, hey, what's up? Anyways, they were married and they're like this couple that like has been married and divorced like 16 different times. Like I truly do not know like their budget for the paperwork. The state they live in must be incredibly cheap to like do that because it's not like that everywhere. And the amount of times they get married and then divorced, like, can the court just be like, can you just stop like after a while? Or do you think they're just like, okay, we'll
It's
take the money?
amusing. It's amusing at
Yeah,
that
there's probably like
point.
nothing else
Yeah.
going on in this teeny tiny town. They're probably like, oop, okay. Honestly, they might be friends with them, so like they may just like feel obligated. Um, anyways, uh, just a lot of drama. The dude cheats on her, and she finds out because she like, I don't know if she watched like dash cam footage or like had a camera in his car, but saw what was going on, got her 9mm, and decided to go shoot him, aiming for his penis. Um, he was obviously terrified, so he scrambled, got shot straight through his leg instead, and it went like completely like shattered through his bone. So now he has like a metal rod in his leg. And not only that, they did not make his legs the same fucking length. So
Oh,
now he's got that, and he could still walk, but he's like he's a little limpy, but like he's still going. And when we were like, "Did you tell them that she fucking shot you?" He was like, "No, I just said like whatever happened, I deserved it." And they're still married as far as I know. With unless the last time I was on Facebook, like a month ago, they got divorced again. I don't know
God.
anymore. But like, you think the gunshot wound would be the thing to be like, maybe we should divorce again, you know?
No.
No, that's not.
That's not a gunshot wound. That's called true love.
It's true love.
That's true love right
Do I
there.
have permission to shoot people if they cheat on me?
Yes. By law, that
I don't
is
think by law.
by law.
Do not, this is not legal advice. We're not an advice podcast. That is not who we are. I hope that person is okay and does not live with their parents anymore. Dear God,
Oh yeah.
that's terrifying. Anyways, on to the next one. One day, after dating a guy I really liked for 3 weeks, I saw a wedding dress on sale for $100. I bought it because I am insane, and also because what the hell? If it works out, it'll
Oh
be
my
such a cute
God.
story, and if it doesn't, I'll just never tell anyone.
I
Okay,
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
If I found out, like, I'd be
I'd be
gone.
so
I'd
scared.
run.
I'd be like,
3 fucking weeks.
that's really scary. Anyways, I want to know like how wedding dressy it was because like a lot of people don't even have like a wedding dress. It's just like
Especially
a nice
nowadays.
dress.
Yeah.
But if it was full, like you looked at that and you're like, yeah, that is someone's
Like
wedding dress.
proper like full
Like,
gown and
yeah,
everything.
I would be
Yeah.
scared because if it wasn't like that, she could just be like, yeah, it's just a dress that I have. You're like sinking into the couch over there. Are you tired?
Yes. Very.
Okay, I bought it because I'm insane, also because, oh yeah, I read that. The next week, he invited me to his brother's wedding across the country. Great sign. The next week at dinner, he said, I told my mom about the dress. And I said, what? He said, the dress that you bought online. And I said, how do you know about that? And he said, you told me. I stared in shock. I said, I didn't tell you about that. And he just smiled and said, don't worry, I think it's cute. I'm so
Oh,
confused
whoa.
at how he knows. Did I tell him and then fall and hit my head and I don't remember? She fell because of the olive oil.
Oh my God. I think I know where this is going.
So I say, you don't think I'm insane? And he says, why would I think that? To which I reply, because I'm buying a wedding dress after dating someone for 3 weeks, and that's a little nuts. His smile faded. You bought a wedding dress? You see, I had forgotten something.
Oh my
I'd
God.
forgotten that I bought a dress for his brother's wedding online, a dress with sparrows on it, which I told him about, which is what he told his mom because she loves sparrows. And I thought that it was a cute coincidence. I froze,
No.
looking up for the nearest sharp object to impale myself upon the end of my humiliation. And then he said, oh my God, this is so embarrassing for you. I want to know if that was like his straight up sentence because I would kill myself.
Oh my God. That didn't go at all where I thought it was going to go.
That is so embarrassing for you.
Yeah.
Most of these things are about embarrassing stories. And then he leaned back, arm over the back of the booth, and flashed me a half-wicked grin and said, also, these are so, like, written, like, stories, like,
What?
actual stories. Like, all of them are. It's kind of weird. I am paraphrasing some of it. I don't think I've ever been more flattered. And now we're married. And then there's a picture of them at their wedding. I wonder if that's the dress.
She looks crazy.
She is. Oh, she's an author. That does make sense why she was
She's crazy.
writing like
Yeah.
that. She's like verified. So domestic blisters. I'll have to make sure I put everyone's username up because I keep forgetting to say them.
That's a good Glass Animal song. Domestic bliss.
Do not
What?
stop.
What? It's a good song.
Okay, this one's pretty good. One time, I really, really did not want to go to school. So I told my mom I was hurting really bad, so she would let me stay home. Okay, I was just making sure I read that right. She asks my symptoms, and I make something up on the spot. She proceeds to tell me to get in the car and that we're going to the hospital because she's 100% sure my appendix has burst.
Oh no.
Knowing I lied, I was freaking out in the car and was scared I was going to get in trouble for lying. After getting tests done in the hospital, I decided to tell my mom I lied about not feeling good, and she was so upset. She said, "You better hope something's wrong with you." The doctor comes in and says, "You might want to sit down."
Oh
He
no.
tells me that I have a tumor, and he says it has teeth, hair, and it even has eyeballs.
Oh, okay.
Hospital trip well spent. So she had a teratoma.
Yeah. I mean,
Those are
that's
so scary.
I've don't most people have like
I don't think most people have teratomas. Do you have teratomas that you know
no,
about?
I don't have cancer. But I thought
Teratoma's not
teratomas were like
cancer.
I mean a tumor, whatever. But I thought they were like common.
I'm Googling it.
I know a lot of animals
No,
have
they were
them.
very rare tumors.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I just think they're common because animals have them.
I've not seen an animal have one.
Or like big animals, like
Oh,
farm animals, like the really inbred
yeah.
ones.
Well,
Yeah.
what?
Maybe they have teratomas a lot over in West Virginia and Alabama.
Oh my God.
What?
Be nice to those people.
They've never been nice to me. I've never met one
Damn.
person nice from either of those.
I've met nice people in Alabama.
I dated a girl from um, Kentucky once,
Kentucky.
and she was legit psycho.
Hmm.
And I would
Basically, teratomas, we don't really know why they happen, but they do happen.
that's
I
like
would keep it in a jar. I'd like give it a little
oh
name.
God, that's disgusting.
Why?
You gonna
You
show
telling
off
me
you gonna show off
you
your testicle collection one day?
one day, I don't know. I don't know if that's permitted on here.
500 followers and we'll do it.
500 followers, I
We'll
will
have a
show
testicle
you
showcase.
that my testicle collection. I have
Don't worry, they're non-human.
four. Hey, you don't know anything. I have
I,
four specimen jars, all full of testicles, on a shelf behind my monitor, behind the camera that is there. If you want to know why, I'll tell you one day, but not now. Gotta be a little mysterious.
a little mystery here.
Okay, on to our next one. I'm in high school and I like to write. My mom encourages me to submit a national arts contest. I don't want to, but she insists. The day of the deadline, I write a long personal essay about struggling with my sexuality. I submit it 2 minutes before midnight. It's horrible, but oh well, no one will ever know, and I lie to my mom and say I submitted something else. A few weeks later, I start getting calls from an unknown number. I ignore them because social anxiety. Finally, I answer. The woman calling me tells me I won the contest. There were 10,000 other entries.
God.
They chose my essay because about being a closeted baby queer. She says that the judges cried. They
Oh,
want to fly me out to Miami for a week, all expenses paid. I have to tell my parents now, and now I have to come out to my
oh
parents.
no.
My parents take it surprisingly well. I go to Miami with all other contest winners. I meet so many talented writers, artists, actors, and musicians. There's one weird theater kid with an unpronounceable French name who performs a very dramatic monologue. He shouts the whole time. My friends and I laugh about it, and then we forget about him. 8 years later, I realize who that weird kid was. It was Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. And
He is a bit of a weird one.
you know what I forget? That, like, writing contests are just a thing that you can just do.
Yeah.
Because I did a lot of them when I was in school, and then I left school, and I was like,
They don't
that
tell
doesn't
you about it.
exist.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist
You
outside
could
of
do them
high
as an
school.
adult.
And
Yeah.
I straight up think I'm going to. Because I used to love writing. I did like so many writing classes in
Mhm.
high school. Like every single thing I got to choose, I did like creative writing and stuff. Oh my God. And now I'm reminded of
You might get to
my
meet Timothy Chalamet. You never
Timothy
know.
Chalamet. Yeah, but I'm reminded of I'm so sorry to my creative writing teacher who realistically I don't think she read it, but
Damn.
I think it was like 20,000 words of Mothman smut.
She definitely read it. She was into
I
it.
got 100,
She read it.
and it was for the NaNoWriMo thing. I forget all of that, why all of that stands for. Fucking national right. Let me Google it.
Never heard of it.
Basically, it's a novel writing challenge, and you have to write like a certain amount of words every single day,
Hmm.
and like even if you like write a little bit every day, you like have to get to a certain goal of words. And I think for like the actual competition, it's like a lot more, but I think we did like 10 or 20,000 because we were in high school and it was over a
Words a
month.
day?
No.
Okay.
Okay, over a month. And it was just like, even if this isn't something you keep in the final
Yeah.
copy, like you just need to be writing. And we did that, and I turned it in, and it was all about Mothman smut. And I was like, there's no way she's reading 20,000 words per student.
Now, here's the real question. Does Mothman have the moth penis or a human
It could
penis?
be, well, we don't know that it's not Mothman. It could be a lady.
Well, there's both, right? I mean,
I don't know how moths work.
how do cryptids work? Do cryptids reproduce or do they just,
No, I think it's
well,
just
like,
them. It's just one
what's
guy.
that one cryptid that's like, it's so ugly, it just cries all the time?
I forgot about him. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great. I
And
love him.
it's like, how does it come to exist? You
Um,
know? Like,
the theory with Mothman is like radiation.
yeah.
So could have been anyone. Could have been some
Mothman's
guy.
from Chernobyl, confirmed.
Oh my god, he came over.
Yeah, he flew.
He flew.
Yeah.
On to our next one. When I was a kid, I had a secret addiction that no one knew about. This is my favorite one that
Okay.
I got.
This is gonna be good.
I don't know why, but I just thought of you. I don't, you're gonna be so offended
I
when I read
am.
this
I'm
to you.
already
You're gonna be so
offended.
fucking offended, and I'm so sorry. But I'm just like, this is some shit Will, like as a kid, would have pulled.
Okay.
Okay. It all started at the local grocery store. My mom and I would grab a coffee at the coffee bar every once in a while on our way to school, and I developed an obsession with the half and half pods sitting in a basket on the counter. Have you ever had half and
How
half?
old was she?
I don't know.
Getting coffee?
I don't know.
Oh Lord.
But you know what the half and half is? It's just half cream,
Yes.
half
It
milk.
tastes disgusting.
I think it's pretty
No.
okay. Well, have you had just it? It's just like
I
milk.
have.
Okay.
I think it's
You
worse than
know,
milk.
maybe I do my opinion is based in something that you have had it because you don't really drink coffee, so I didn't know if you'd had it before.
I've had it.
Okay. Where did I leave off? Um, the half and half pods sitting in a basket on the counter. I loved everything about them, peeling the tiny top open, holding the plastic rim in between my teeth, and throwing my head back and chugging it down like a shot.
What the fuck?
I had an almond mom. Do you know what an almond mom is?
No.
Um, basically, you have guaranteed, like considering our age, met someone's mom who was like very, very like restrictive about their kids' eating habits because they probably have an eating disorder and they try to give it to their
Oh.
own kids. And I don't know where the line crosses from almond mom to crunchy because crunchy is like them, these are all like TikTok terms probably, I think.
Okay.
Crunchy is like when they're like, I don't know if they're always anti-vax, but that's just what I think of, and they're like, no GMOs, no preservatives,
So
everything natural. We
dumbasses.
don't wear shoes. Um
Just
like I
stupid,
follow one
stupid
girl
people.
and I hate that I give her a follow, but like I can't consistently remember to go look at her stuff. But she is so fucking hilarious. Like, and she's serious, and that's what kills me. Um, but yeah, but it's usually like moms that like definitely just have an eating disorder. And they push it
So
onto their own children.
no, so I had a really good friend growing up whose mom did have like a really really bad eating disorder,
Hmm.
and she tried to push it onto him, his older sister, and his two younger sisters. And after about, oh gosh, when he was 10, his dad just had enough of it and divorced her and got custody of the kids. And
Good.
they I don't know if she's still in jail, but she got
She's in jail?
arrested for child abuse.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it was like really bad. The all him and his sisters are fine now. Uh luckily, right?
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, no, she was
This one's a
yeah.
long one. So I was like, I don't know if this is going to be enough, and I don't even know if I'm going to have time for like everything I want to do. I'll just cut the least interesting ones, I guess. Um, I had an almond mom, so we never had half and half at our house. One winter, we went to visit my cousins in Seattle for the very first time. They had a big house that my brothers and I loved playing hide and seek in with our cousins. One afternoon during hide and seek, I found myself in the basement looking for a good place to hide. As I made my way down the rickety stairs, I noticed a big refrigerator. I thought I'd check to see if I could find a little snack. I like
A little
that's
snack.
just such kid mindset. Is like
Yeah,
I'm looking for a place to hide. Oh my god, a fridge. I
a
wonder
little
if there's
snack.
anything in there I can have. Um, I opened up the fridge, and that's when I saw the giant Costco carton of half and half.
Oh
It was
no.
like nothing I had ever seen before. This is my opportunity, I thought to myself. I grabbed the carton of half and half and gave it a big ol' swig. This went on for several days. During each round of hide and seek, I would sneak down to the basement and take a big swig of half
That's
and half.
was it even half and half?
I think so. This person's name is Hazel. It's like, Hazel, you always hide in the basement. Why are you always hiding in the basement? And she's like, it's got the best places to hide.
It's dark and damp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing to do with the
Musty.
half and half that's slowly disappearing over like 3 days. One morning, when the rain subsided, my brothers and cousins decided we should switch it up and play tag outside. I hated this idea because the half
Yeah.
and half's not out there. The ground out back was slippery from the rain, and while running away from my cousin in tag, my brother went flying into the brick wall.
Oh.
We heard him scream, then saw the blood everywhere. Our parents came running out of the house to help. My brother had broken his nose. Right away, I
Oh, that's
knew
fine.
this was my opportunity. Everyone was occupied with helping my brother and finally go to sit down to the basement and get my fix. I tiptoed away from the crime scene and went to visit my stash. I took out the carton and just began chugging it. Only just then, the door from outside swung open and everyone rushed in. Much to my dismay, they kept their first aid kit in the basement. Everyone stood there and watched in horror as I chugged the half and half from the carton as my brother lay there bleeding profusely. I never heard the end of it. To this day, my family still says, Hazel's coming over. Hide the half and half. Any man I bring to meet my family will always have to ask me why everyone hides the half and half when I come over. The thought of chugging half and half now makes me want to vomit, but that won't stop them from reminding me every chance they get, especially my brother with the broken nose.
Oh my
That is
God.
pure like addiction, like
Yeah.
possession, that the first thing that this girl thought when her brother was bleeding out from his face after just slamming into a brick wall is, this is my opportunity to
Oh
go
God.
get more half and half.
Half and half.
What the Okay, onto a similar path. We have our next one. My third day of college, I decided to bring my longboard to campus and skate from class to class so
Okay.
that I can get around quickly. I stop at the dining hall and get mac and cheese and broccoli to go. I get on my longboard and start cruising through the main quad. Oh my god, having a stroke today. It is Seattle. It is always raining. The
Mm-hmm.
giant brick square I have to cross is getting slippery, but surely I can make it. I attempt to push off and immediately slip and fall kicking my longboard at least 100 feet away. My tote bag falls off my shoulder.
Oh
All of my
god.
school supplies are dirty and wet. I smash the back of my head onto the ground and throw the container of food 10 to 15 feet into the air as I fall. The cardboard container opens midair and rains mac and cheese and broccoli all over me. It is
Oh
passing period,
god.
and there are 40,000 students at my school. Hundreds of my fellow scholars have witnessed this. People are asking me if I'm okay. A really hot boy is chasing down my longboard. I am not badly hurt, but I am so embarrassed. I start laughing hysterically until I can't breathe. As I hyperventilate, the sky above me darkens.
Yep.
A murder of crows descends down upon me and begins eating the mac and cheese and broccoli.
Oh, I thought they were going unconscious.
One lands on my head. I think she was. And then the crows happened and then woke her up. I am now wet, crying, hysterical, covered in food, and being attacked by dozens of crows. People are audibly gasping. I cut my losses and pick up my tote bag and literally run away. Someone gives me my longboard back, and I sprint back to my dorm while recording a voice memo to send it to my new group chat of college friends. My friends find this hilarious and now refer to it as Crowgate. For my birthday, they put the voice memo over a trap beat and blasted it in the car.
God.
A few times I met mutual friends and they already know about me because they've heard my voice.
Crowgate.
Not the crows. The thing is, like, that seems
That's
so
horrifying.
terrible, but I feel like it's not outside of like the reality.
Especially
like, this
for
could happen.
Seattle. Yeah.
Like, that is terrible. They saw their chance and they went for it.
See, when I think of like what she said, I imagine like just hundreds of crows.
Yeah, but
not
she said
like
dozens,
20.
so
No, like hundreds.
that is so terrible. I have so many more. When I was 10, I kept hearing noises above my room at night. One time, while my dad was on a work trip, the noises started happening during the day, and we thought it was squirrels in the roof. So my brother and I went to the backyard to stand out on our playscape to get a good look at said roof. While we did that, my mom went to open the attic to look inside there. My brother and I suddenly heard an ear-piercing scream from inside the home. We ran inside and upstairs to see my mother holding onto the attic ladder for dear life, continuing to scream. I looked all around the upstairs when I saw movement in the corner of my room. It was a giant rat covered in blood because it ate all of its children and they were dead in the attic. When my mom opened the attic door, it jumped out and hit her in the face.
Oh my god.
Proceeding to then land in my room. The rat started running around my room. My mom yells at me to go get a neighbor since my father was in a different state. While my brother is hiding on the couch, I go get Mr. Neighbor Man. As we walk back into my home, the screams begin to get louder. I ran up the stairs, and Mr. Neighbor went to grab a shovel? Question mark? But I froze as the rat darts out of my room. Princess Giant Ravenous Rat is what this says. Okay, ran straight between the metal bars on our upstairs balcony and she fell an entire story onto the tile floor.
Oh god.
Its body was a full tile long and its
Oh my
tail was
God.
2 tiles long.
That's like
it
a
was
foot.
3 feet,
Yeah.
including its tail.
That's a big fucking rat.
Yeah. I'm assuming they live somewhere near New York or just one of the cities that during COVID the rats got
Yeah.
really, really big.
Are we
Like,
sure it's a rat and not rat adjacent?
I wonder if it was like a muskrat or something.
That's
'cause
what
they're
I'm
pretty
thinking.
big.
Because I feel like a foot long muskrat's medium for them.
Yeah, like they do just look like
But-
a big rat. They look a bit different.
Do their tails look the same though?
Yeah, they're like
Okay.
about the same. They look like their feet look different.
Yeah.
They're like webbed, I think.
Well, yeah, they'd be musking up in the
Um,
swamps.
But yeah, the rats in like cities have just gotten so large because there were so many people. I said the COVID thing and I realized I was wrong. Sorry. They died during COVID because there was no one to feed them. But they've just gotten very large because they had so many resources, and then they started eating each other.
Yeah.
So,
But hey, now it's only the bigger ones. So
yeah. My mom somehow called my dad during this whole thing. He still says he thought one of us died based on the screams he heard over the phone. I'll never forget the splat. Moral of the story, I
oh
had a monster rat living above my room. Dad's shouldn't travel for a living, and animal control does not deal with rats, even if they're 3 feet long.
no.
My mom called animal control to get a snake out of her house once. It was a rat snake.
Well, just pick it up.
Yeah,
What's it gonna do?
like I wasn't at home. I was on some trip and this happened. I was like I would have gotten it out. It's a rat snake. Like they're bitey, but like they don't really hurt that bad.
I
Like
mean, just grab it behind its head.
yeah, and they're
Like,
not gonna latch. They're just gonna like do
yeah.
that and come back. Um but yeah, I felt bad for him. I'm sure they just put him back outside.
Oh yeah, they just put him at the end of the driveway.
Yeah,
They
they're
threw
probably
him in the
just like
bush.
get back out there. Okay. This one was horrifying. This is a shorter
Okay.
one. That one time I started going out with a guy and realized I was actually in love. I then wrote him a cutesy love letter declaring my love for him and how excited I am for the future. We go out to eat at Longhorn Steakhouse
Okay.
for Valentine's Day. We sit in the car afterwards. I give him the letter. Steers? I was thinking about cows, apparently. Tears start to form in my eyes. My heart is racing. I see sweat beginning to form on his forehead. It's dead silent. I don't know what to think or how
What?
he will react. He abruptly gets out of the car. He closes the car door. I begin to wonder how bad my writing skills are and if I should have waited longer to give him the letter. Then I hear the sound of vomiting from outside. This man proceeds to vomit for like the next 15 minutes. He takes
What?
a break in between throwing up to come to the window and he tells me how touching the letter is. And uh, then he voms again. He
Voms.
voms. At last it's over. He gets in the car.
What the fuck?
We go to leave the steakhouse and get medicine. The car proceeds to jolt up in the air as we run over his projected steak and meal on the ground. If it is like moving the car, I'm scared. How much was he vomiting? How much did he eat?
I. What the fuck is even happening?
I don't know. He tells me he loves me and how we have to get married now. Bert
What?
literally threw up when I told him I loved him. Like that is traumatizing. I'm sure it was just the Longhorn Steakhouse, but like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Lord. I wish I had that kind of power.
what? Just vomit?
No, write someone a letter and they just start throwing
Oh,
up. Sorry, they vom when they see it. They start vomiting.
on a similar note, we have this one. That one time I was on a romantic date with a guy and decided to let out a very small toot,
Oh no.
thinking nothing of it. I shifted my seat and realized it felt a little warm down there.
Oh
I
no.
do the sniff test and realize I have shit my pants. I say out loud, I just shit my pants, and the guy laughs and thinks I'm joking and says, "No, you didn't." I said, "No, I really just shit my pants." Mind you, I'm wearing a one-piece jumpsuit. The shit is trapped in the bottom layer
Oh
of the jumpsuit.
no.
I then jump out of the car and rip the jumpsuit off my body, only down to my skivvies?
Underwear.
Where is that from? What dialect? Like,
That's old. That's
okay.
old, yeah.
I start freaking out and I can't stop saying I just shit my pants because I'm in such disbelief. I wrapped myself in a blanket and was cry laughing because I didn't really know how to feel. The guy was trying to hold it together and being super respectful, but couldn't stop laughing with me. He said it wasn't a big deal, but like it was. We raced back to my home and I jumped in the shower only to hop out and shit on the shower mat. What? Okay, hold on, let me restart. We raced back to my home and I jump in the shower only to hop out and shit on the shower mat. I
What?
could not stop shitting but was so concerned because I felt completely fine.
What the
There's something
fuck?
wrong with her.
Yeah,
To this
like
day, I don't really get why I couldn't stop shitting. But said guy and I are now engaged and celebrating 6 years this month.
six their
There's
shitiversary.
shit over. That's a okay.
God.
If that happened and he came back for the second date,
Yeah.
I feel like
Keeper.
you that's a keeper.
Yeah. Or they just have some really weird kink.
I imagine that like she ate something that like fucked her up.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
Like
She ate the bean burrito from Taco
and that
Bell.
was like her only symptom for
Yeah.
some reason. Like she didn't feel sick. She just like couldn't control her bowels.
She had the bean gordita crunch.
Oh my god. So,
Oh, we're switching it up.
we're switching it up.
Okay.
Oh my god, I fucking hate this thing. I forgot my picture is the lobster.
Lobster.
So, this had me thinking when I was reading all of these stories. I'm like, these are all really embarrassing things that have happened to people. Don't look.
Okay.
And had me thinking that there's like a lot of different embarrassing things, and I was like, what are like embarrassing situations that I think are embarrassing? Because I feel like I'm just weird, and maybe I
Yeah.
think a lot of things are embarrassing, and I want your opinion. So I have a list of things that I
Okay.
think are embarrassing.
Okay.
Take a shot every time I say embarrassing. Okay, number one, reading your wedding vows. Like as you're getting married, like reading them.
I think that's something that is usually better done in private because the weddings I've been to, the vows have been so corny and sappy. It doesn't feel. There was one wedding I went to when it actually did feel genuine, and
I've only
I
been
could
to
tell
one,
that they
and
wrote them for their partner and not for the show. But I feel like most of the time they just write it for the show.
I've never really heard any
I
real
don't know.
ones. I haven't,
I've
because
been
the
to
one
so
that I
many
went to, it
weddings.
was just the like ones that they make you say, Um,
Oh, the I do.
yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't anything else, I don't think. Um, but I just think that's like I would be so embarrassed doing that. I don't know. I just would be like, "Ugh," give me the ick.
Throw up. Vom
It would
on
make me
the.
vom.
Yeah, just vom.
And just reading out loud in general. And probably wonder why am I here doing this, and I really don't know. But yeah, just reading out loud in
Practice.
front of people.
Yeah.
Um, tying your shoes in public.
Why is that embarrassing? That's
I don't
fine.
know. I'm just like,
That's fine.
embarrassing.
I don't remember the last time I tied my. I don't untie or tie my shoes. I just stay tied.
Well, I guess you're better than everyone else. You're better than me. It took me a really long time to know how to tie my shoes, like actually. Like I remember when I was like
Huh.
in like very young, like elementary school, like I don't remember what grade, but they'd have a board when everyone would learn how to do things. It'd be like write your name, tie your shoes, zip up your jacket, and everyone would get that. And like it was like the last one, and the only thing I couldn't do was tie my shoes, and I didn't learn how to tie my shoes for many years after that.
What's your name?
Huh? I don't know.
Exactly.
Exactly. I don't know.
You.
I never got that one either. Um, the only one I could really do was like zip my jacket, and then I would like do the thing where it'd like catch and come up, and then I'd like
Cry.
I'd cry about
Yeah.
it. Um,
Because it always feels like you're gonna break the jacket when you're getting it undone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
but like kid me didn't know it wasn't broken. Um, along the same lines, like adjusting your pants in public. If you have to like pull up your pants a little bit.
I don't even care anymore. You'll have like old people just fucking like elbow deep down in there scratching something and they don't care. Why should we care? As long as you're not like putting your hands under your pants, it's fine. You want to grab your waist and pull up your pants?
have-
Okay, whatever. You know, more people should pull up their pants because they
Well,
shouldn't
they
have it
should.
fucking sagging with their ass out. That's disgusting.
But I have like never found pants that like fit me, so a lot of the time I have to adjust my pants a lot. Because even if they're like the right in the waist, they're like too long, so they still kind
Yeah.
of like drag down. And
But see, that's the thing, right? Like a good pair of pants won't sag
I'm just built.
without a belt.
I'm just built
But who
weirdly. I'm
gets their
sorry.
pants actually
I'm
like
short.
fit?
It's hard to get pants for men who are short. It's very hard.
I think that's a skill issue. Just
It
be taller.
is.
Just be taller.
But I was at work and I was like, my pants are about to fall the fuck down. So I like run into our little laundry room to like adjust my pants correctly because I need to like retie them because I wear scrubs. And a doctor comes in to like ask me for something. And like I was so just in like, I'm trying to make sure no one sees me do this. I like jumped in terror. And not only did he walk in on me like adjusting my pants, he like I was terrified about it. So it looked even weirder. And I still think about it like very often.
Did
And
they
this,
even say anything?
not a damn word. Not a damn word about it. But
That's funny.
and not a doctor, the doctor, like the one that owns the business that I work
Ooh.
for.
He knows better than to ask questions.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Knowing things.
Well, how is that embarrassing?
Not okay, I have to keep going.
What?
I feel embarrassed when I'm gonna kill my neighbor's dogs. I'm not going to. They're very lovely, but they need to shut up.
Two of them are lovely. That's because they're old.
Yeah. When someone will say something about something and like I have like spent a million hours researching it because I thought it was like really interesting and I will just like go on about it. I'm like that person. It's like, did you know this about that? And, blah, blah, blah. And then after it, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. That was embarrassing that I did that. No one wanted to hear.
I think that's just called autism.
Probably, yeah. That's probably it.
That's your special interest.
Eating in public, specifically like spaghetti.
There is no good way to eat spaghetti. You have to
Yeah.
just like.
And I've gotten better, but like for years, I refused to eat like pasta in public.
That's why you get the spoon, you get the
Yeah.
fork, you push it up and you twirl it against the spoon at a 45-degree angle so it creates a ball, and then you eat it
It
in
just
one
never
bite.
works the way I want it to.
If you use the correct spoon, it works
Well,
great.
no one has the correct spoon.
They do at Olive Garden, but that's about the
Well,
only
I
place
never
I know
really
that
went to
has
Olive
it.
Garden, but like I would just refuse to eat anything like super messy. I'm like that needs to be like between
Yeah.
me, the food, in a dark room
Eat-
alone.
Eat soup
Like
in public. Slurp it up.
no. Listening to music, but not just listening to it, but like when someone's like, "Do you want to play music?" and then you like put music on for them and you're like, "Oh God, do they like this? They probably think it's so fucking trashy." Like that's embarrassing.
I don't think so.
Okay.
What?
You like you've never been fearful when you've played music for like friends? I
No,
guess. No.
because I generally know what my friends like, so I only really play something they like.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what other music people like. And I just listen to such a variety of things. There's not
Yeah.
like one genre that I like really, really stick to for the most part. And everything I listen to is like a whiny white boy with a guitar that's not tuned well.
Yeah.
So,
Such a large variety of things.
yeah,
Whiny white boy.
it is
Large
generally
variety.
a whiny white boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Saying something again, thinking no one heard you the first time, but they did.
And they didn't respond. See, if I do that and then they say, "We heard you the first time," I'll say, just, "Why didn't you say anything then?" It
They usually
It-
don't say anything back then.
acknowledge,
Yeah.
acknowledge people. It's not that hard.
Like, I hate when people are like, we heard you the first time. I'm like, fucking say it. Like, I don't know. Do you have anything else that you think is like, what embarrasses you? Does
What
nothing
embarrasses
do you not feel
me?
embarrassment? Is that not?
What embarrasses me? Vomiting in public.
Vomiting in public?
No, I don't. I don't
Vomiting in
know.
public is rough.
What embarrasses me?
Have you ever been vomiting? Sorry, have you ever been vomiting in like a public restroom and someone asks you if you're okay because it's so bad.
I've never vomited anywhere but in my own house or a medical building.
I've vomited in your car,
Oh yeah, in a
um,
bag.
in a
Yeah.
bag. I'm so glad we had that because I genuinely could not have like stopped. Um, Learn your
Yeah.
lesson. Do not take vitamins without eating anything, especially ones you've never taken before, and then also go get in a car when you're prone to car
Yeah.
sickness and drive several hours. That does not end well for anyone. Um,
Yeah. But no, I don't know what makes me embarrassed. Like,
have you never been embarrassed in your life?
I mean, when I was younger, I don't care about things as much. Like when I was younger, I used to be embarrassed about not knowing things, and about I would be so like embarrassed to ask questions about things. But
I'm embarrassed to live is
nowadays,
what I have
yeah,
like
but nowadays it's just like, okay, I don't know it. The only way I'm going to find out is if I ask
yeah.
or Google it, right? But like that, you're still asking. I don't know. I don't really get.
I'm embarrassed
I
about
don't know.
living because I'm like I know too much, I know too little.
You can never know enough.
Exactly.
You should always be learning.
Um, Not a single thing embarrasses you at all, ever. We'll find something, don't
You
worry.
do.
I do.
You walk in the room, and I'm just like, you, God, it's that gay
I don't.
kid.
Do I embarrass you in public
You all
sometimes?
the time, every time, yeah.
Probably.
I had
You used to
that
sometimes.
same friend who I was telling you about earlier with the mom, that had
With the friend with the
the
mom.
one that had like the eating
Oh,
disorder,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Me and him were going to a food city. And for those of you who don't have a food city, it's basically Walmart.
Do places not have Food City?
That's local, kinda.
Keep going.
Um, not everywhere has a food city, but think like Walmart, but like,
It's closer to Kroger.
but not everywhere has a Kroger. And most
Yeah, but if
people
you know what a
listening to
Kroger
this,
is.
you have to think most people listening to this won't know what a Kroger is because Kroger hasn't been around for a long time.
Well, they have Kroger in like California now. They have Kroger over there too. Southeastern
Yeah.
primarily. Okay.
Anyways, we were walking to a food city, and mind you, I was like 20 and he was 19 at the time, and he looks at me. We're surrounded by like there's like 20 people around us, and he starts screaming and stomping his feet, and he's like, "Dad, I don't want to go to Food City." And he just starts like crying, and I just like did the thing right, like you just like rub your forehead. I
Like,
just kept walking and just left him there. And I got so many hateful stares, and I'm just like, I don't even look fucking old enough to be this kid's dad.
yeah,
Like,
that's so
that
weird.
was embarrassing.
Other people embarrass you, you do not embarrass yourself. I was going to say something, I completely forgot. I don't know where I was going with any of that.
Oh,
But no, we'll find something that embarrasses you. No, you used to embarrass me in public a little bit.
me?
Yeah, you've been much better about it, and I'm very happy
What do you?
because we used to be like going into a Walmart, and you know the type of people that are in a Walmart, um, and you would literally like so loudly in front of the person be like, "Look
Oh,
at this ugly bitch! Like she looks like such a cunt, does she not?" And or like she looks so trashy, and I'm just like, "She's right." There, and you would do it all the time. And I had to be like, if you're gonna do it, maybe not in front of them, like where they could know that you said that.
look. Maybe they need to work on their resting bitch face.
Oh
Okay,
my god,
put some clothes on. I don't know.
you kill me. Anyways, thank you so much for listening or watching this far. If you have, remember we're on YouTube and Spotify. I haven't done the outro in so long. I don't even know. Let me know what it is.
Ubify,
We're on
Spotted
Spotify,
Tube.
YouTube, Apple Podcasts now.
Yeah.
If
SoundCloud. We're
we are
rappers. We are
not on
SoundCloud
SoundCloud.
rappers.
Remember to, if you like us, download the episode. That would be great. It's really great for numbers. Also hit follow wherever
Yes.
you are, and I will write you a love poem and take me up on that.
It won't be good.
No, it'll be really good. Don't worry. Um,
You'll vomit.
okay. I'll vom so hard.
Vom everywhere. We should have a vom episode. A
Vom
vomisode. Yeah, vomisode.
Okay, well, say bye.
Bye.
Say bye to the people.
Bye, people.
Say thank you.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.